Hi Libra, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your July 2022 mid-month tarot reading. This is a reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thanks to everybody for all the support. I send you love and appreciation right back. And if you're new here, welcome. I post new readings on Friday, then again on Monday. So if a reading doesn't resonate, come back in a couple of days. You can watch a new reading. Fridays are always a general reading. Mondays are something different every week. So today's reading is a more detailed Celtic cross style reading, but then next week it'll be something else. It could be a love reading or a law of attraction tarot card reading. So if you like tarot and you like the channel, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Higher Source Tarot. All right, what advice do you have for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Libra need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all concerned with Libra? Messages for Libra, please. We'll start here with the tarot, and then we'll have the angel answers. Current situation, you have here the Ten of Wands. The immediate influence is strength. In your subconscious, you have the Knight of Pentacles, in the distant past, the Magician, the more recent past, the Sun. Death is coming towards you, but again, we know that's about transition and new beginnings. Don't panic yet. You're represented by the King of Cups. The person or situation that you're attracting is the Seven of Wands. You've got the Six of Swords here as your hopes and fears. Queen of Pentacles, the outcome. Now, the bottom of the deck here, interesting. You would have had Judgment, the Archangel Gabriel, if we would have taken 4, but I do tend to stick to 3 unless there's a good reason for it. Well, we've got here 4 or 5 major arcana coming in, so that's pretty significant. We have Scorpio, Leo here. Leo is pretty well represented. We've got air, earth, fire, water, all the elements coming in. So I do feel like there's going to be a big change. I also feel like, too, for some of you, if it's work-related, I do feel like whoever is doing if there's somebody above you that's in charge, it's like they want to keep, if it's a promotion or a new job hire or something like that, if there's been some things, some reasons that it hasn't gone through yet, they haven't given up, is what I keep hearing. They haven't given up. So I do feel like they're in some kind of a negotiation with that Seven of Wands, or if it's back pay that's owed to you. I do see you getting that, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the outcome. So let's see here. We have 2 kings, masters of the suits, as well as the queens are masters. So we've got the master of love, communication, that great life expansion, and money and manifesting showing up here. So with the Tower, again, that's brace for change, but it's a breakdown for a breakthrough. Something that was not stable. It's coming down. It's being replaced with something better. The Tower is an awakening. And so what I like about this, it brings you to some awareness in your own life where you'll see things differently. It's like delivering a radical new life, especially with death being here. The Tower comes after the devil in the order. But in this case, I do feel like they're trying to tell you have something new from the old coming in here. So with the Tower as well, it's knocking down the ego. So for some of you, there might be a bit of a phase of introspection. You don't have the Hermit here. I wouldn't have minded to see it, but I do feel like that's a piece of this. So with it, again, let's talk about new from the old. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is wonderfully harmonious energy. It's building a future in terms of a relationship, whether it's work or an individual, like a love relationship. Somebody here is not going to give up on this. They definitely see a future. They see things as moving forward. And there's long-term stability with that 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles combo coming in. So with the King of Wands, that is that go-getter's energy. Setbacks are setups for something better with the King of Wands. There's definitely no turning back here. And that King of Wands is a very dynamic energy if you have to interview for something or put any kind of a presentation together, any kind of teaching, learning, instructing, consulting is great with the King of Wands, 3 of Pentacles energy. You'll definitely have an audience that's on the edge of their seats here. Those of you, too, if it does relate to you being on the other end and being the student, because you are the King of Cups here, you'll be receiving information that's wonderful for your own self-development here. So we move forward with this. Now, there's been something here that's been burdensome with this 10 of Wands, but strength tells us that you're overcoming that chapter. Things are going to get a lot easier as you move forward, Libra. Ten of Wands, tens we know are a new cycle. And it's the expansion of your life. So I definitely feel like those of you that are moving in some way, you have it many times, an ending for a new beginning. You have it with the Six of Swords and Death too, but it does feel like it's been a bit of a challenge to get things to move forward. So the Strength card comes in to tell you that new doors open. We love to see that little infinity symbol. You have it here as well. Okay. Wouldn't have minded the Two of Pentacles, then we'd have it 3 times, the only 3 cards that feature it. But we can take it with this too. There's something here that's telling you new doors and opportunities. There's a golden opportunity here. And so I do feel like part of it is your own perseverance in the situation with the Strength card. If it's a love relationship, again, love overcomes challenges. And it really is about being in a heart-centered place, being in alignment with your source energy. The mind, when the mind takes over, that's when we get tower activity. We see that little crown that gets knocked off by that lightning bolt. It's the crown of the ego being knocked off, but it's being replaced here with that infinity symbol, even better. So I do feel like with this, they're telling you you're overcoming anything. There's nothing about this that's sedentary or being stuck. So you've got this Knight of Pentacles in your subconscious. Slow and steady wins the race. You may find that you're a bit analytical by nature. This is not an impulsive energy at all. It's really wanting things done the right time, the first time. Not wanting to go back and frantically search up the next Mercury retrograde so you can fix this mess. It really is about being methodical in your approach to things. And you tend to be the voice of reason anyway. So with this Knight of Pentacles, Knights are of service. This one comes to get things done. So some of you too, it may be part of your life's work where you have, if you've had a lot of long projects and things, I hear dissertation for somebody, that there's something about that. It's sort of the equivalent of this, like that long, laborious investment, but it sure is worth it at the end. And so I do feel like with this, so they're trying to tell you that good news is on the way. I hear the word settlement, but I feel like it's almost more like settling than settlement. But for those of you with the Queen of Pentacles, it certainly could be a settlement because she does bring in money. Well, the Magician shows up to tell you you can have, do, or be anything. This is the energy that you called forth. It is that power that creates worlds. Okay, it's so above, so below, but it means that the universe is part of you. You are the universe. It's not just calling it as much as it is you, and accessing that energy. So if you had a really great idea for something, again, those of you that are involved in any kind of teaching, consulting work, anything like that, this is great energy. The Magician is the absolute creator of the universe. And so you may have had a very creative idea here in the distant past that set forth into motion, but it is manifesting. So it's bringing heaven to earth, great law of attraction energy. And with the Magician, you break down illusions. You don't create illusions. You see things for what they are. You see life through a very clear lens with the Magician. And that's part of how you begin this platform of creating what you want, because you're not bogged down by what you don't want anymore. You released it with the Tower, and you started new with the Magician. So for some of you, it may have brought in a new romantic partner, or again, new job, but with the Sun, it's synergy. It's definitely attracting people who work well with you. You won't be, and you'll know right away, you won't be bogged down by people who aren't a good fit in this energy, because you won't line up with them. You'll find ways to avoid working with them if you have that situation. Whether it's asking to be paired with different people or finding schedule loopholes or whatever it is. With the Sun energy, you have an energetic connection, and it'll be very obvious who's meant for you and who is not supposed to be connected to you. But overall with this, it's gains, riches, and true happiness, standing in the sunlight of the spirit. So meditate, quiet the mind. But then from there, go out and do things that bring joy to your heart. The wavy rays in the sun indicate high vibrational energy. So especially if that's your point of attraction, we want to be attracting relationships that are in that high vibrational place, or they don't last. Those are the kinds of things when we hook up with another low vibrational creature, the relationship isn't sustainable. And so with death too, I do want to point out you've got another sun here. There aren't too many suns in the cards, so they're trying to tell you between the infinity symbols and the suns that you have a new beginning coming in. And so death is always about embracing that new life. It's the end of delusions like we've talked about. You know, when we see those shadow aspects that are shown in the cards, the black in the cards indicates our shadow self, or sometimes it's ignorance too. But with that, we want to embrace it because that helps us to understand what we really want. It's the contrast. But with the death card, he rides that horse and steps over the wreckage of the past. So whatever it was that you needed to let go of here, Libra, it's time to do that. This is your higher self telling you to let go of something from the past, and move forward. Now, for some of you too, with that Seven of Wands, I do feel like you have an energy of somebody else in the mix who's pushing to see something happen. So for some of you, it may be about just finding joy in the journey and allowing them to do the heavy lifting and the pushing for you. Okay, so if it's, you know, I see somebody at a computer ready to fire off an email, it may not be, maybe time to wait on that a little bit. If there's somebody else in the mix who's really advocating in a serious way and allowing that to be the guidance for this. So with this, either way though, it is a new life and it's a transformational energy coming in. So your energy is the King of Cups. You've got a very mature energy here. We love the King of Cups. So in a relationship, you can be emotionally available and vulnerable, but you're a true life partner in this. Very mature, like we said, but also a wonderful confidant. So I also feel like in a work situation with that Seven of Wands, you may get information that most people are not privy to. There's some kind of information that comes in that I feel like you're told sort of on the sly, like, hey, you should know this, but just don't advertise it. It's the King of Cups. It's that knowingness, people around you knowing that they can trust you. And also, too, that it's not lending to confusion. The sort of the mysteries and secrets that people tend to keep can make a very confusing situation where just a little bit of information is going to make this make a lot more sense. So with this King of Cups, though, it is a card of self-development. So invest in yourself, Libra. It's the very best investment you can make. You know, whether it's reading spiritual books or attending workshops or even online workshops. With the King of Cups, it definitely brings in that great life like we talked about. So whoever it is that you're attracting, I feel like they definitely have your back. Certainly could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Boy, they are relentless, though. They do not give up. Whatever it is that they think that you should have, you're going to have it. And so with the sevens, though, it is about victory and success and this movement forward. But the wands are about expansion. So, and we talked about alignment a little bit already. It doesn't mean when you're in alignment you don't have any problems. It's just that you find the solutions a lot easier. They seem to just appear, so you get a problem and an immediate solution as a companion. So you're not stuck. But with this, it's definitely pushing forward, moving forward. I do feel like whoever you're attracting, though, they might have a bit of will about them. And so just kind of be advised about that. They may tend to do things a bit willfully. And like I said, if you need to be in the backdrop a bit, just because you don't want to invite conflict in when it's not necessary. So with the Six of Swords, whatever you've been through here, this wavy water tells us there was some uncertainty and some emotional turmoil too. But you've got many cards here that indicate companionship and having somebody who really does have your back, who has your best interest in mind. So as you move forward into this next cycle, it really is this cycle that brings in a lot smoother sailing. You're moving forward without so much to negotiate. And so I do want to point out too, you do have at least 2 boats here, and those are about your ships coming in. They're a symbol of what you want is on the way. And so I feel like with this, again, just trying to be as light and easy about things is the best thing that you can do. So with the Queen of Pentacles, we like this Queen. You're going to be in this place too. She's a bit perfectionistic. Okay, so you may find that in terms of a relationship, somebody comes forward, but you're looking for a stable commitment, right? And even if it's their issues with that Seven of Wands, they need to work some things out, whether it's work or what have you. I still feel like you have sort of an unwavering end in mind. You don't change, and there's not that there's not compromise, but I just feel like you know what you want. You're seeking that, and that's what you're looking for, not something else that just fits the time for right now. But I will say with the Queen of Pentacles, in terms of anything to do with work, it's definitely bringing in long-term stability and success. So if there's something that needs to be negotiated, I do feel like that gets done. But this is also an energy of being able to balance your work and life personal life as well. So she's very much connected to her community as well. So the social aspects come in. I mentioned you've got good people around you who are really pulling for you. But she also has nice friendships too. So I do feel like with this, it's a wonderful energy in the outcome because it's looking good, feeling good, and having stability and money, prosperity, because the Queen of Pentacles brings abundance. So let's see here what the angels have to say for you. Libra, please, for Libra. Messages for Libra, please. Advice for Libra. We've got romance. Okay, we didn't talk about that. We talked a lot more about the commitment stuff, didn't we? So with that Seven of Wands too, it may be somebody who's very creative in terms of, doing nice things, gestures, things like that. Meditation brings answers. So we did mention that a little bit. And improving health. So mind, body, spirit connection. We've got in the near future, things are moving forward. And a yes. So good things are on the way for you, Libra. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.